Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another video. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you will be updated on all my future content. So this video is going to be a review of dividing fractions using the steps keep, change, and flip. Our first example is 4/7 divided by 9/10. I'm going to go through step by step how to solve that problem. I'm Mr. Camilleri, and this is the Mr. Camilleri Show YouTube channel. So step one, very simple, keep. So 4/7, the first fraction, stays exactly the same. We just got to copy it over. Keep. Step two, change. We change the division sign to a multiplication sign. Step three, flip. So for step three, the denominator, the bottom number becomes the top number, and the top number becomes the bottom number. So now we have 4/7 times 10/9. Now the final two steps, we have to multiply our numerators and multiply our denominators. So 4 times 10 equals 40. And 7 times 9 equals 63. And we have our final answer, 4/7 divided by 9/10 equals 40/63. All right, moving right on to the next example. All right, this is a review of dividing fractions. Shout out to everybody tuning in, writing our second example down right now. All right, 2/5 divided by 7/8. That is our second problem. Let me get rid of some of the remains from the first problem here. Step one, we keep. We're going to keep the first fraction exactly the same. Step two, we change. We change the division sign to a multiplication sign. Step three, we flip. So the 7/8 becomes 8/7. Keep, change, flip. So now the next step was we multiply our numerators and our denominators. So 2 times 8 equals 16. 5 times 7 equals 35. So we have our final answer. 2/5 divided by 7/8 equals 16/35. All right, moving on to our third example. As you come in, remember to hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. And please leave a comment. I appreciate you being here. All right, next example. 2/9 divided by 8/10. Step one, keep the first fraction the same. Step two, we change the division sign to a multiplication sign. Step three, we flip the second number. So our denominator becomes our numerator, and our numerator becomes our denominator. Now for the final step, we have to multiply our numerators and multiply our denominators. So we'll start with the numerators. 2 times 10 equals 20. Now the denominator is 9 times 8 equals 72. So we have our final answer. 2/9 divided by 8/10 equals 20/72. Now this is not simplified in the lowest terms. This can be reduced, but as I've said before, I usually like to keep my reducing to lowest terms videos separate from my adding, dividing, and multiplying fractions videos. But 2070 seconds is our answer. Going on to the next example. Huge shout out to everybody tuning in. I appreciate you. Please hit the like button. Really helps the algorithm. Next example coming through. All right. 9/10 divided by 1/2. Let me make that that 2 a little bit neater. I want it to line up. We always want to write it as neat as possible here on the Mr. Camilleri Show YouTube channel. All right. So we're going to do our steps. Keeping the first fraction the same. Change our sign. Flip. Flipping the second fraction. Now we multiply. 9 times 2 equals 18. 10 times 1 equals 10. And we have our final answer. 9/10 divided by 1/2 equals 18/10. Alright, probably going to do one more example, maybe 2. We are going to try to go to at least the 7-minute mark here. Nine elevenths divided by 3/4. Step 1, we keep. 9/11 stays the same. Step 2, we change the sign, division and multiplication. And step 3, we flip. 3/4 becomes 4/3. Next step, we end it by multiplying our numerators and denominators. 9 times 4 equals 36. 11 times 3 equals 33. And we have our final answer. 9/11 divided by 3/4 equals 36 33rds. Now before I end the video, I think I am actually going to do a poll. First time that I'm doing a poll going live. Alright, here's my poll. My poll is, should my next live stream be focused on reducing fractions? Should my next live stream be focused on reducing fractions? I'm going to start that poll. Put that poll out right now. Start. I'm going to do maybe a few more examples just to see what the votes are. But you can vote yes or no on, would you want to see a live stream on reducing fractions to lowest terms? Because I can make that the very next video depending on what the votes are for the poll. All right, here we go. Next problem. One-fifth divided by 9/12. Step 1. Keep the first fraction the same. Step 2, we change the division sign to a multiplication sign. Step 3, we flip the second fraction. 9/12 flips over to 12/9. 1 times 12 equals 12. 5 times 9 equals 45. We have our final answer. 1/5 divided by 9/12 equals 12/45. I was going to call it a video, but nobody's voted. Please vote on the poll. Everybody that's watching, vote on the poll. Should my next live stream be focused on reducing fractions to lowest terms? Please vote. It's a very, very simple poll. Yes or no? Yes, my next live stream should be reducing fractions to lowest terms. No, my next live stream should be something different. It's a yes or no poll. Very simple. Please vote. Please vote. Really appreciate it if you vote. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Shout out to the person that just voted. Let's get at least 5 votes out before the stream is done, huh? 5 votes. Nine 14ths divided by 1/2 equals. And here's how we figure out if it equals. Step 1, we keep. Step 2, we change. Step 3, we flip. So we now have 9 14ths times 2/1. So 9 times 2 equals 18. 14 times 1 equals 14. And we have our final answer. 9 14ths divided by 1/2 equals 18 14ths. Alright, I usually don't like to have my live streams be too long because I want them to be kid friendly. I want my students to watch these videos, but I want to get a few more votes out before I close the live stream. You only have 1 vote so far. Shout out to the person that voted, but please vote. Yes or no? Very simple. Should my next live stream be focused on reducing fractions to lowest terms, simplifying fractions? Yes or no? Very, very simple. All right. 4/5 divided by 7/8. That's my next example problem. Yes, another vote. Shout out to the person that just came in and voted. I appreciate you. All right, step 1, we keep. Step 2, we change. Step 3, we flip. All right, now we simply multiply our numerators and our denominators. 4 times 8 equals 32. 5 times 7 equals 35. And we have our answer. 4/5 divided by 7/8 equals 32 35ths. Amen. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Yes, another vote. Thank you for voting. Thank you. All right, 7/9 divided by 5/6. That'll be our next example problem here. Step 1, we keep. Step 2, we change. Step 3, we flip. Now we're multiplying our numerators and our denominators. 7 times 6 equals 42. 9 times 5 equals 45. And we have our final answer. 7/9 divided by 5/6 equals 42 45ths. God bless all of you in the chat. I appreciate you. All right, we are at 5 votes. I was going to end it, but we have more people in the stream now, so I might keep going to the 20-minute mark. Let's see if we can get to 7 votes. Let's see if we can get to 7 votes. Two 6 divided by 5/7. Let's see if the person in the chat is correct about the answer being 14/15. So we're keeping the first fraction the same, we're changing the sign, and we're flipping the second fraction. Two times 7 equals 14. 6 times 5 equals 30. And our answer is 14/30. So the person in the chat, you got the numerator right. You got the numerator right. You were a little off on the denominator, but the numerator you got correct. And I still appreciate you participating. Yes, we are at 7 votes. You were close. You were very close. All right. 4/8 divided by 1/3. Step 1, we keep. Step 2, we change. Step 3, we flip. All right, multiplying our numerators. 4 times 3 equals 12. 8 times 1 equals 8. And we have our answer. 4/8 divided by 1/3 equals 12/8. And that answer is not reduced to lowest terms. The answer is not reduced to lowest terms. You can actually reduce it. Again, I want to do another live stream on reducing fractions to lowest terms. I usually like to keep those videos separate, but you know what? Put a 1 in the chat if you want to see me reduce 12/8 to lowest terms. If you want to see me reduce 12/8 to lowest terms, put a 1 in the chat right now. "15 seconds. If you want me to reduce 12/8 to lowest terms, put a 1 in the chat. Just type the number 1 in the chat if you want to see me reduce to lowest terms. All right, 1 person put a 1 in the chat. I think that's 1 is enough. That's worth it. All right, so I will end the video by reducing 12/8 to lowest terms. So we reduce to lowest terms by dividing by the greatest common factor. So we want to divide by the biggest number, the biggest factor that's of both 12 and 8. So the biggest factor, common factor, the greatest common factor between 12 and 8 would be 4. So we're going to divide by 4. So we're going to do 8 divided by 4 and 12 divided by 4. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. 8 divided by 4 equals 2. So there you have it. 12/8 reduced to lowest terms equals 3 over 2, 3 seconds. And there is somebody that put the correct answer in the chat. You had the answer reduced to lowest terms. Shout out to you for that. You guys are very, very smart in the chat. I appreciate you all tuning in. We are going to call it a live stream, and I'm going to look over the votes. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for all the positive comments. I appreciate you being here. Let me pull up the poll. Oh yeah. 90% yes, 10% no. Alright, so that will be my next live stream. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for all the comments. And until next time, this is Mr. Camilleri signing off.